Evening, Ralph. First in. Evening, William. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. That's a bad one. Oops. Evening, everybody who's filtering in or filtering back from my brief hiatus from earlier. Bum, 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 bum. All right, for those of you just joining us, we are making chainmail out of paperclips. Specifically, we are making a glove, but with bigger rings. Bad catch. Quiet room. Everyone must be too enthralled. Almost done with this little piece. It's just a matter of practice. If you'd like to learn how to do it, I got a video using big old shower curtain rings about 2 videos back on my feed. Same pattern I made there. I've been doing it about 16 years. We're making this glove, but with bigger rings, out of paper clips. Night number 4. I've had some setbacks. Missed a hook. There we go. First drop alive. All right. Get Steve out of the way here. Steve is also Paperclips, by the way. A little tiny cube over here, and then we're done. Well, rectangle. $13. Middle, 2 sets of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. This might be the slowest room fill-up I've had in a long time. And about 250, 300 before I went to go cook dinner. I knew I should not have quit. But that's okay. We're going to keep going. Hey, triple digits. There we go. For those of you just joining us, we are making chainmail glove out of much bigger rings for speed. And the rings are made out of paper clips. Oops. Second drop of the night. Third drop of the night. That is a bad omen. Did not lose the connection, though. $2.93. All right, we shot up out of nowhere. Now we just gotta get a conversation going in here. Gotta keep me occupied so I can finish this little piece. That's it. That rectangle is all we got left. 2 ropes of 13 rows and we're good. Home stretch after 4 days. We are making one of these gloves, but with much bigger rings for time, out of paper clips. For those of you who don't know, I am a paperclip artist, hence the name. So everything I make is made from paper clips. Yoink. 5th drop of the night? Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your turtle. Never good when pets die, regardless of what kind of pet it was. We are making a glove out of gold paper clips. For the 4th night in a row. Hopefully the last. I said that a couple of nights ago, and then I realized I had screwed up on my measurements. I don't know. I will count when I'm done. But even after I finish the sheet, I'm going to be removing some rings to adjust around the wrist. Yes, the rings were once paper clips. These were once paper clips. This necklace was once paper clips. My bag to hold more paper clips was once paper clips. My belt is paper clips. Steve is paper clips. Good old Bob here is paper clips. The big dragon. All right, so for the circles. Paperclip. Paperclip. Straighten the paperclip. Doesn't have to be perfect. find my rod. Get yourself a metal rod. Wrap it around metal rod. Bob's on the floor right now. I know, it's not very dignified. Get yourself a little coil like that. And snip, snip, snip. Don't discredit the paperclip. It is 14 gauge steel. This is 16 gauge. Because I'm a paperclip artist. 15, 20 years ago, I was a regular wire artist. And then I discovered paperclips. Check out my video. Everything on my videos is paperclips. Unless I explicitly state it isn't, but... Still haven't finished my Loki crown. It's coming along though. I got the one horn on there pretty good. I don't think I can get that one in the camera. Let's see here. Got our chin guard and our horn. Giant horn. People voted for the giant horns. I don't know. And I got my little prison cell with the hinged door, all paperclips. Hundreds of things. I don't have paperclip shoes. I am not on eBay, not on Amazon. I do not sell. I give them all away. I do it for the fun and the challenge. These gloves were probably the most requested. Well, that after a hoodie. Everybody wants me to make a hoodie. Or a tie. But the chainmail is actually a secondary. I only learned how to do the chainmail to make pieces for other pieces of art. Mainly sculptures. If you want a very slowed down version of how to do this, there is tutorials on my page. Newest one was only 2 episodes back, and that tutorial was done with shower curtain rings, so much bigger and easier to see. Well, thank you, Diamant. Diamant Blue Horror. Always appreciate a nice rose. Or 8. Oh, I was about to screw that one up. I could feel it in my hand. That was a backward ring. I know, you're like, how do you get a backwards ring? Anybody who does chainmail knows. There we go. There's a feeling to it. The other question I always get is, how do you know which rings you're working on, or what's right, what's not? Just practice. Once you've been doing this for 15 years or so, you can just kind of look at a chainmail pattern, duplicate it, spot the problems. Okay. That strand is done, and I think I made that strand way too long, but that's okay. This is always the biggest pain in the ass part. We are making this gloves out of some much bigger rings. And the rings are made out of paper clips. All right, now we got that on there. We can go ahead and connect it. It does indeed. It is not a fast hobby. My favorite one is this. There's nothing to this. It's just a sheet. Same pattern, with 3mm weave. Very large. It's like fabric. I started making this when they started counting the Arizona votes in the election. Just wanted to see how far I could get by the time they finished. They were counting so slow. And that's 3mm. These are 3mm. This pattern, this small little rings takes forever. But now that I'm making this big gold one, I kind of wish I had done the little rings on the gold, just 'cause I think it would look cooler. I said, nah, I wanted it to be a quick project. It's supposed to be done in a night, but I ran into problems. Which is always the case with art. You never know. Shouldn't set a timetable on your art. So there's a lot of wire artists out there, which I originally was a couple decades ago. And I've seen a few of them say, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. That looks cool. Let me do some paperclip art. And then they actually try it and they realize, nope, they are not crazy. Apparently Jack wants to talk about milk. Or he just wants to say milk, I'm not sure. One of the two. I would type butter, but I got my hands full. That is standard for chainmail. It's a jump ring opener. It's like a secondary hand. It works great if you're doing aluminum chainmail. With that being said, don't do aluminum chainmail. I'm always adamant in my distaste for aluminum chainmail. It is weak and pathetic, and it will break easily. But this 14 gauge steel, your finger will start to hurt after a while. And if you're getting in really tight spots, you still need to use a second pair of pliers. You never know unless you try. Well, 6 drop. For those of you just joining, we are making this glove just with bigger rings. And the rings are made from paper clips. Very expensive paper clips too. They're about $10 a piece. It's ridiculous. I get about 5 rings per clip. Good quality rings, though. I know. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items, and I've given every single one of them away. But that was before I realized there'd be 19,000 people who actually like paperclip art, so who knows? I might have to start selling. Get a little Etsy shop going or something. Necklaces, bracelets, rings, yada yada. If you're scrubbing a cast iron pan, my guess is not aluminum, just because it would probably break. Aluminum's very, very soft. But I see people making rings and bracelets out of it, and I'm just like, please stop. One good bump and the whole thing's going to rip apart. And with chainmail, you lose 1 or 2 links, and that's it, it's over. It can be repaired, but unless you know how to repair it. See, I think I got a couple of random rings here. It's a 4-in-1. I don't even know what this pattern is. Kind of looks like a snake, but it's a little bit too bulky for me. Yeah, I've done earrings. What ring size did I measure that for? I don't remember. Pinky, we'll go pinky ring. Giant pinky ring, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately that's the setup to do this, because I got to lean over the camera. So my mouth is right near the microphone. I have not figured out a decent setup for this thing other than this random tripod with the light. I know. I've looked at Etsy. I gotta build up like a surplus though. Typically when I've been doing this, I usually don't like to make the same thing more than once because obviously it is very tedious. So I make something, somebody gives me an idea for something else, and then I make that. Yeah, see if I can make it. If I start selling, it just seems like that I need to reproduce a lot. Regular paper clips are what this is. And I've had these gloves for going on 10 years. They're sturdy. They are a little thinner than these gold ones. They're usually about 16 or 17 gauge steel, but they're still steel. Don't discount them. Paper clips are steel. No, this is night number 4. Still going on the glove. And that should be the last one. So yes, I went one row too far on this one, but that's okay. Better to be too long than too short. We're going to be cutting a lot of them off anyway once we go to measure. I know, you heard me. We're going to be cutting a lot of them off. You gotta contour it around your hand so that it's flexible. Probably until I finish this thing. I said that the other night, but then something bad happened the other night, so I'm hoping to finish this up. So we're almost there, actually. So it's however long that takes. I think I got one more row I gotta make. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this extra one so it doesn't drive me nuts. But yeah, so once you make your sheet, you're basically just going to wrap it around. And then you just got to contour it around your hands. I do have a YouTube channel, but you're not going to find much there. The YouTube channel is strictly for live replays simply because it's, 2-hour-long videos, and I need a place to put 2-hour-long videos. So no new content on there. All right, definitely got the length. A little bit too long, but like I said, we're going to be cutting off anyway. Always good to hear. I love being on people's FYP. And length's about right. I could always make it a little bit longer, but we're good. Hopefully I will stay on your FYP. I will not complain about that. One more strip. We get to start contouring. Thank God. 13. And 28 more. Welcome back, Karen. Told you I'd be back. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, actually, you know what? I overcounted 3 by 3 last time, so we're cutting that down to 25. I know the feeling. I had to do the same. Let's see. Other than the glove, let's see. We got the small stuff, the rings. my paperclip bag that holds paper clips, which I thought would be ironic. I got my belt, which is currently apparently holding up my tripod. This is a completely different weave, though. This is Byzantine. My favorite. We got this old poor necklace, or bracelet, I'm sorry, that's kind of fallen into disrepair. You know why? Because this is not paper clips. Or at least not the red isn't. It's aluminum, and aluminum is shit. Don't use aluminum. And of course, we still got Steve on the table. Good Steve. Good Steve. Last strip at last. This is where I thought I was 2 days ago, until I realized I mismeasured. Evening, not neon. Bob the Dragon has been going for about 5 years. I add a little bit to him regularly, but I haven't hunkered down to just, get his legs done. His legs and his 12-foot wings. He's kind of like my permanent project. I'll never actually finish him, probably. Good, I love being on people's FYP. We had 500 people at one time earlier. It was rolling, and then I had to go cook dinner. I destroyed it all. Just ruined it. Now the last strip. Now the question is, do I have the patience to make the second gold glove? I got the match for this one, but I don't know if I'm going to make a second gold one. We're making this glove just with bigger rings, and of course the rings, as always, are made from paper clips. One little centimeter at a time. This is just a hobby for me. I don't sell anything. I've been thinking about it, though. 19,000 followers now. Might be time to start selling. Actually, I just dropped a tutorial for this pattern last night. I think it's 2 videos back. And I did it with big honking shower rings to make it easier for y'all to see for the tutorial. I'll probably drop the Byzantine that I used for my belt sometime tomorrow. But you gotta learn the 4-in-1 first. That's like the most basic of all the chainmail weaves. It's also the most useful, for example. But Byzantine's still my favorite. And apparently now that I came up with a Trizantine, I gotta figure out how to make that one. I haven't seen it yet. Least favorite weave is going to be elf weave. I will not do elf weave. I refuse. I gave it another shot a couple weeks back, and it's still horrible. It's not that I can't do it. I just hate it. counterintuitive. It's just a pain in the ass. Go nuts trying to make a sheet of that. But then there's Persian and Dragonback and dozens others. Helm's Weave. I don't. I usually would photograph them before I would give them away. And I stupidly on my last phone where all the photos were stored didn't have it saved to the cloud when I destroyed the phone. And I lost years of pictures. Years. I got a few blurry shots left, but not a whole lot. That's okay. And the first thing I ever made was a shopping cart. Well, first thing I ever made out of Paperclips was a shopping cart. And then I gave that one away to a guy who helped me move. I'm still mad about that one. He wanted it. And the guy helped me move. When somebody helps you move, you give them what they want. But I should not have given away my first item. That was stupid. If I ever finish Bob, he will not be for sale. Unless somebody wants to say, hey, I'll give you $1 million for him or something. I might sell him for $1 million. But he's probably got 1,000 hours in him already. And he'll probably have 5,000 before he is done. For those of you who are just joining and don't know who Bob is, Bob is a dragon. This is his little brother Steve. He was a prototype. And here's Bob's head, which is about all I can get on the camera. With his gold tooth. All paper clips, of course. That's enough, Bob. About to finish the last row. About to finish the last row. Well, see, and that's one of the problems with selling it too. You're 100% correct. You spend, 100 hours on something. What do you sell it for? Even if you sold it for like $1,000, it's still only $10 an hour. Bob, 1,000 hours at least already. Yeah, he'd have to go for a fortune. Retirement money. Stuff like rings and bracelets I could probably get away with for a few bucks. That's not too bad. They don't take long. Okay, let's attach this. Attach this. Thread this last piece in and call it. Get this glove going. I have no idea how much Bob weighs. It'd be kind of awkward to weigh right now. I also amputated his arms the other day. I was putting a tongue in his mouth and I needed a better angle, so I had to cut off his arms. Poor Bob. He's happy though. Now, once he gets his wings, that's when it's really going to be the problems, because I'm going to have to make removable wings, because the wing's going to have to be like 12 feet long. All right, flipping this the wrong way. Come on. Gotta get it to line up right before I can attach. There we go. I think that one's connected wrong, but I'm not gonna know until I pick it up. Nope, I managed it. All right, thought I missed that hook. Oh well, let's thread it together and get this done. And really, the fitting part doesn't take too long, just some fine adjustments, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Just got to get this sheet to go. Sheet's got to fit. It's got to be bigger than your widest point, so it's got to go around your thumb bone there. I still see your comments, Karen. And whoever said hello above Karen, but now I've lost it on the comment feed because it flashed before my eyes. If I do miss any of your comments, forgive me. I don't always stare at the screen. Sometimes I gotta look at the pattern. Only so much I can do by looking through the phone screen. Which is why I have this awkward setup where the phone is right next to my face. They really need to give you the option to rotate the footage or your recording so I can flip the phone backwards at least. Or not backwards, but that way. Just so I can get the mic out of my face. Evening, night. Probably gonna have to make a few more rings, but nothing too major here. Well, for the basic wire art, I was a wire artist before I was a paperclip artist, and the rest of it's just been trial and error. When I started this, we did have YouTube. Don't remember, I think it was just a random website I found. But I'm pretty good with chainmail patterns, where I can usually look at a pattern and just figure out how it goes. Once you get the basics, you can pretty much do any pattern. So if you can learn this 4-in-1 from any of my tutorial vids, you're good. I do have to take another swing at the jelly cube, though. I tried that pattern. It didn't go well. First row went okay. Demon. But a lot of it was just me staring at a wall going, how do I do so-and-so? Trying to figure out how to make it work. Not just chainmail, patterns in general, and sculptures, and yada, yada, yada. Because although it might be wire, it is a whole different ballgame than traditional wire work. It's more rewarding when you finish something, too. Wire trees, for example. Everybody's always wanting me to make them a wire tree. I can make a wire tree in about 15 minutes, and I hate them. There's no sense of accomplishment with a wire tree. Okay, my ring decided to flip on me. There we go. All right, last one on this side. We might be ready to go. Moment I know I've been waiting for. Strip the other glove off. Kind of nervous. The last time I thought I was done and I put the sheet over my hand, I was not done. Not by a mile. think I might need to get them last two little segments just to go around, but we're going to connect it anyway just to figure it out. Let's see here. All right, we're just going to do a couple of them here just to see if it fits. I might need to go a little bit longer. Really don't want to drag this into a 5-day project. All right, we're going to loop this around. Just make a little like sleeve out of it. Nothing to it. If I can get it over my thumb, we're done. Even if it's tight, you want it to be tight so it doesn't slip off. That is very tight though. But, come on, come on. All right, I got it over my thumb, which means we're done. I can start attaching. Might need to add one more row, but we're gonna try it without it. So we're just gonna make a nice little tube out of this. Get a bunch of these open, ready to go. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit more. I think I need 13 rings total to seal it. But I'm gonna see if I can make do with the ones I'm gonna be removing for the measurement. That's right, some of these rings are coming off. Gotta have a nice nice little thumb spot right there. It's kind of like a triangle. And this one should be connected, and it's not. Fix that real quick. All right, that mistake corrected. Almost corrected. Wouldn't be a complete night without at least a couple mistakes. Still bunching up weirdly right there. I got an off ring somewhere. I know y'all can't see that, but that right there is bad. Either way, we know our measurements are right, so let's connect the top. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go straight down, just to avoid making any more mistakes. Definitely gonna need more rings, unfortunately. And sadly, more rings. Didn't want to have to do this. Gonna do 5. Let my finger breathe a second. Evening, Quackity. Yes, patience is the #1 skill required to do chainmail. That is definitely the truth. And as bad as this is, and as slow as this is, it was even worse for people back in the medieval times. I had to sit there and make each ring, blacksmith it out. Then they had to rivet each individual ring too. I can't imagine the amount of time that would take. Jeez. That's why you didn't see everybody like the Commodore wearing chainmail back then. It's too expensive. It took years. Unless you were the king, in which case you had a whole team doing it. Yeah, I guess I better put my glove back on so it makes more sense. Alright, so, for those just joining us, we are turning these paper clips into this glove, but with bigger rings to save time. I know, I'm being lazy. But we are saving a lot of time. At least half. This is a very small rings. Evening, Hannah. Didn't see you come in. Good old Hannah of St. Louis. Making rings. Unfortunately, I ran out. You can buy them already made. You'll spend a fortune, or you can make your own with just any kind of wire. It doesn't have to be paper clips. I'm a paperclip artist, so I use paper clips. And only paper clips. Okay, technically I got a belt buckle on my belt, but the rest of it is paper clips. Thank you. We are hoping to finish here pretty soon. Just ran out of rings. Making the final connections. Alright, so altogether we are about, I don't know, 8 hours into this project. Yeah, that's right, I said 8 hours for a glove. With big rings. 30 or 40 for the ones I'm wearing. And that's per glove, not total. Wait, did I got 5? Yeah, I got 5. We're going to go ahead and cut these and get going. Not shaking too bad on me yet tonight. I make everything out of paper clips. Yeah, I've had these for 10 years. They ain't breaking. They're solid steel. They're not stainless steel, however. I wish I could get some stainless steel paper clips, but galvanized. Yep. It's always the time-consuming part. I made 40 coils before the live started tonight. I thought that was going to be enough, but didn't quite make it. Got close, though. Looks like this one's going to be probably 100 paper clips, but I don't know. I'll count when I'm done. So about $10 per glove. Which isn't too bad, but that's $10 plus 8 hours, 9 hours. We'll just make it a nice round 10. I really hate this layer too because, like I said, half of these are coming out. You just feel like such a waste. But gotta get that full sheet going before I can see what needs to come out. Okay, once we get to the bottom of this row, we're going to go sideways. I do not do Renaissance fairs. Originally, I was a wire artist, and then I became a paperclip sculptor. And then I needed a little tiny piece of chainmail for a small little project I was doing, building a waterfall. I made the water out of chainmail. And that's how I learned. And then I said, well, gee, I wonder what else I can make with chainmail. It's going to be a glove. Like this one, but obviously gold and obviously bigger rings. Fingerless, of course. I don't do fingers. Not that I can't do fingers, just you're not going to be able to do much with the fingers on there. Not a lot of dexterity with paperclip rings on there. Well, rings of any kind. Let's go sideways. Connect this end, and then we're going to meet in the middle. Go down 3. 15, 16 years, give or take. Chainmail probably about 10. Extreme amount of patience. OCD helps. I don't really have OCD. At least I don't think I do. I could. Three. Yep, 3. Going straight sideways now. It's gonna get a little bit wonky here, just because we're not too concerned with lining up now. For example, on these, this row is wider than this one. So we're going to have expansion rings and all kinds of fun stuff like that. This is galvanized steel, but more specifically, it's paper clips. And there really is no average. All right, we're gonna do another measurement real quick. One more obstacle. All right, so even though it goes over the thumb, you're not going to tighten it all the way in the back because it has to be able to go over this way. But what we are going to do is figure out how much we need to connect in the front of the, right there. Let's go 2 more rows. Indeed. Came in. Now, I could have filled this in, made it a perfect connection, and then cut away what I wasn't going to use, but instead I'm going to build around it. No real reason, doesn't make a difference. This one I honestly don't remember. I've had it for years. I just picked up new silver one. This one actually used to be that color. On Amazon for $5. They're not expensive. Look for jump ring closer. Jump ring closer. It'll start to hurt your finger after a while, but a lot of things about chainmail will start to hurt your finger after a while, like working the pliers. And eventually, if you do it for enough hours a day, you'll get nerve damage, just like me. Yeah, this is purely a hobby. I enjoy creating. I don't usually like creating the same thing twice, though, which this is a little bit of an exception. Everybody keeps asking for it. Got a little bit of a kink right there. That's okay. We're still going forward. Right there. Don't let that one fall. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I definitely missed something on that one. There it is. Okay, I see it. Damn it. Seventh drop, I think. Seventh drop. Okay, let me find the spot that I've just finished finding that I saw. This one. Come on. That's one thing about these gold. They're kind of like slippery because of this paint on them. A lot of drops. There we go. Okay, and fix this one. This is why I usually make it in the ropes. That way you don't have to go back and backtrack to reattach. Okay, that one's good. You gotta get every ring right, man. It's chainmail. All right, there we go. Oh, it's getting there. Hello, it's House X. Only 2 more rings. I don't know if I want to wear glass ones. Alright, so the rings you're going to see here in just a second because we are on my last one. Okay, one more fitting. We're obviously going to need to tighten that up a little bit. But we still got to make sure it maintains the ability to go over the thumb. But we are close. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show this last individual how we make the rings, and then we are going to postpone the finale. I know, but I've been here for I don't know, I took a 30-minute break, but I've been here for like 4 or 5 hours. So before we do all this fine-tune adjustment, I'll call that a day until tomorrow. So to make the rings, straighten your paperclip or any kind of wire you want. Like so. Wrap it around a metal rod. Now, for those of you asking, well, where do I get metal rods perfect like that? Now, these are specially made for jump rings. There's other parts to them, but these are straight rod long pins. You can pick up these little tiny ones. They're small, but they work. At any hardware store, pack of 12, varying sizes, for $1.99. I keep them in my little travel kit. I'm just not using them for this particular project because one part of chainmail is all your rings need to be the same size, unless the pattern calls for 2 different sizes, which is rare, but it does happen. Appreciate it, Amber, but we are about to jump off. I'm sorry. Thank you anyway. And I can see my hands starting to shake again. Definitely time to call it. Alright, so then you got your coil. Now I have tried 1,000,001 ways to cut chainmail rings over the years, and these end snips work the best. Your results may vary, but especially since I use steel, I need something sturdy. And these end snips give a nice, clean cut. Regular wire cutters ain't going to do that, and I tried a jeweler saw. That was a complete waste of money. Couldn't cut through the steel. Went through about 10 blades trying to cut one coil. I have not tried any of the power tool versions saw blades. They could work. I have not tried those. Break time. Hands falling apart. Tomorrow, we're going to make the fine adjustments 7, 8-ish at night Central Time. So tomorrow we'll make the final adjustments, tighten it up, have it so it pops up over the knuckles like my other one. But that's all we got. All we got to do is just adjust, really. A few rings here, a few rings there, but the glove is good to go. Might add another row just for length so it comes down a little bit more. But, yep, I'm out.